Every day we're faced with a choice: chase what feels good now or build something that lasts. And most people choose the first option without even realizing it. It's not their fault. The world is designed to reward quick wins, instant gratification, and dopamine hits on demand. But here's the truth. The people who create extraordinary lives all share one trait. They think in decades, not days. This is what I call the low-time preference mindset. It's the ability to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasure. And it's not just about money, it's about your health, your relationships, your skills, and your peace of mind. If you master this, you'll stop being pulled around by trends, urgency, and temptation. You'll start building something that compounds quietly in the background until one day, everyone calls it overnight success. So let's start with the most obvious area this applies to: your finances. High time preference says, I got paid today, so I'm spending it today. Low time preference says, if I save and invest this, my future self will thank me. The difference isn't small. It's the reason one person retires, stressed at 65, and another reaches financial freedom decades earlier. Here's an example. Imagine you skip just one $5 coffee a day. That's $150 a month, about $1,800 a year. Invested over 20 years at a 10% annual return, that becomes over $100,000, all from a decision most people wouldn't even notice. And this isn't about never enjoying coffee. It's about making sure every dollar you spend today is worth more than what it could become tomorrow. But money is just the surface. Low-time preference thinking runs much deeper when it comes to your skills and career. Most people chase the hot skills of the moment, whatever is trending online. But the problem is, trends fade. The skill that's in demand today might be irrelevant in 5 years. Instead, imagine spending 5 years mastering something fundamental: communication, problem solving, or technical craft that will still matter decades from now. You might not see massive results in the first year, but by year 5, you're unstoppable. This also applies to health. A high time preference decision says, I'll eat whatever's convenient now. A low time preference decision says, I'm fueling my body for energy, strength, and longevity. Skipping the workout today doesn't hurt much in the moment, but it's a seed planted for future weakness. The same way doing the workout today doesn't show dramatic results instantly, but it's a seed planted for future strength. Here's the mindset shift. Every action is a deposit into your future, or a withdrawal from it. That's why the Stoics, long before modern finance or self-help books, lived by the principle of patience and preparation. They knew that real power comes from thinking far ahead and acting with that vision in mind. You don't just need this mindset in calm times, you need it especially in chaos. When everyone else is panicking, low-time preference thinking keeps you grounded. It's the difference between reacting emotionally and executing a plan. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That all sounds great, but what about now? Don't I deserve to enjoy life today? Absolutely. Low-time preference isn't about denying yourself joy. It's about choosing joy that lasts. It's the difference between buying something cheap that breaks in a month versus investing in quality that lasts years. It's the difference between a night out you barely remember and a trip you'll talk about for the rest of your life. The joy is still there. It's just delayed, amplified, and more meaningful. The challenge is that the world won't reward you for doing this right away. In fact, in the early stages, it feels like you're behind. Everyone else is showing off what they just bought or achieved, and you're quietly working, investing, and building. But that's how it's supposed to feel. Because when the short-term thinkers hit a wall, you'll be hitting your stride. P. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your low-time preference mindset is to track your progress over years, not weeks. This takes the pressure off instant results and replaces it with steady momentum. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't dig it up every week to see if it's growing. You water it, protect it, and let time do its work. Your financial health, physical health, and mental resilience all grow the same way. And here's something most people miss. Consistency beats intensity. Going all in for 30 days and then burning out is the same as doing nothing. Instead, create habits you can sustain for years. Read 10 pages a day. Save 10% of your income. Move your body daily. They seem small now, but given enough time, they transform everything. This is why low-time preference thinkers are dangerous in the best way, because while others are distracted, they're compounding their advantages. It's like the story of the two stonecutters. One swings his hammer in frustration, expecting the stone to crack immediately. The other keeps chipping away patiently. Neither sees progress for a while, until one day, the patient stonecutter's final strike shatters the rock. Was it that one strike? No. It was the hundreds before it that built up to that moment. That's how your life works too. Success is rarely one big move. It's the result of hundreds of small, consistent decisions you made when no one was watching. And here's where most people give up, in the invisible stage. They put in the work for a few months, don't see dramatic results, and quit. Low-time preference means you keep going because you understand the results are stacking, even if you can't see them yet. Another key principle here is building systems, not just goals. A goal is the finish line. A system is the process that gets you there and keeps you there. For example, saving $10,000 is a goal. Automatically saving 15% of your income every month is a system. The system will hit the goal and keep working long after. Low-time preference. Thinkers design their lives around systems because they know one-time effort can't compete with daily discipline. This mindset even protects you during setbacks because let's be real, you will have them. The difference is a short-term thinker sees a setback as the end of the road. A low-time preference thinker sees it as just another step in a much longer journey. That's why they bounce back faster. They're not measuring themselves by the week, but by the decade. And speaking of decades, here's something worth remembering. Compounding is slow at first, then unstoppable. The first 5 years of disciplined action might feel frustrating. The next 5 start to show real results. By year 15 or 20, you're operating on a completely different level, and people think you're just lucky. But you'll know the truth. You were just playing a different game. So how do you start living this way? Begin with one area of your life. Then commit to acting on that answer every single day, even when it's boring, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one notices. That's how the long-term thinkers separate themselves from the rest of the crowd. Remember, the world is loud, urgent, and full of temptation, but you have a choice. You can chase the quick hit, or you can build something that lasts. And if you choose the latter, one day you'll look around and realize, while everyone else was sprinting in circles, you were quietly building the life they wish they had.